Chica Project is a nonprofit organization that empowers young women in Massachusetts and even beyond. Not only does it empower young women, but empowers and impacts their families, their school environment, every system that they're in. These young girls go from being shy and not turning on their cameras or not being able to speak to, by the end of being part of Chica Project, landing their first job, getting ready to apply for college, and have a network of other powerhouse leaders mentoring them and supporting them through the whole process. To me, Chica Project is so important.
I think I've always been a caretaker by default, so really since forever. My mom has stories of me at 2 years old, like walking down the beach, giving people sunscreen, like random strangers, and wanting to be helpful. But formally, and the way that I was in tune with it, it didn't happen until college, until I realized that community service was a thing people did and got paid for, and there was a whole sector called a nonprofit that was dedicated to just doing that. And that's really where I got my first start at service. I am a first-generation Colombian immigrant, and because of my culture, service is embedded into your family. You're at the service of your grandparents, your mother, your siblings, your cousins. But it wasn't until I got to college that I realized that service could extend beyond familial and to strangers, people that you had never met. And it really started with going on alternative service trips, alternative spring break trips, where we did community service for folks that we had never met. And that's where I really saw that there was actually a power in doing the same stuff that you are doing in regards to advocacy, education, helping your family, and doing that for strangers. And that for strangers, some of them might not be getting it from their family. So that's where I really saw the impact of extending my service beyond just my family and my close circle. And then I've been doing it ever since.
Today is a really special day for us because one of our partners, long-standing partners, Converse and Nike, have donated over 100 pairs of shoes for us to distribute to some of our youth. And so today what we are doing is unpacking them and getting some of our peer leaders and summer participants to get first dibs on picking some of them up.
I came from the Dominican Republic to Lawrence, Massachusetts when I was 13, and I felt alone. I felt like there wasn't really a lot of places that I can go to. I was going through transitions that were not only, I was going from like my teenage years that we all know is freaking difficult, but I was also like transitioning to this new world, this new language, and I didn't have any role models. I didn't have anybody to really like look up to. And I feel like Chica Project gives that to my little me, When I first heard about Chica Project, instantly, I knew I wanted to be part of it because I wish there was a mentor for me when I was 13. I wish I had somebody that I can go to and say like, why don't I like my curly hair? Or just simple things as like, what the heck am I supposed to do in my future? What is the next step for me, And Chica Project provides that with not only the mentoring side, but also with the network that it connects you with. As a mentor, I benefited from just gaining friendships and gaining real life friendships, empowering women that I can call to at any point that are thriving in their own fields that I've never had.
Hi, I am Ava Booth. I am 15 years old and I'm in 10th grade and I go to Boston Collegiate Charter School. I found Chica Project on my friend's story, and she was the one that joined it, and her sister also joined it, and she told me about the experience that she had with it. My aunt is friends with one of the mentors, and she also explained to me about what the community does, and I want to continue working with them because I feel like I'm a part of their community now, and it just helped me grow as a person. Community is important to me because community is a place where I feel like I belong, because I have multiple communities, with my school community, my family community, and just the Chica Project just adds to it. And I feel like I fit in with them. My mom comes from Europe, she's Albanian, and my dad's Jamaican. And sometimes it's hard being mixed because people don't see you as that. They mostly see you as either black or white. So I feel like this Chica project has helped me embrace it. Some of the experiences that I liked during the Chica project is when we had group discussions about what's happening in the world and how we can build our community. One of the discussions that I held close to me was when we talked about stereotypes towards people in our community and towards us. And I think that holds close to me because I have dealt with a lot of stereotypes towards me because I'm mixed, and I feel like the Chica project has helped me get through it and also find a way to deal with it. Some things I hope to do in my life is take care of my family and be successful and as a woman of color and set an example for other people. Thank you, Chica Project, for inviting me into your community. I hope I can continue this journey with you guys.
I have always believed and I have seen that women is power. Being women is being powerful. I was raised by a single mom. I have really strong women in my family, all of my cousins, my aunts. And at the same time, I rejected what being a woman was in the Latino culture for a really long time as well, right? Being passive and being there to cater to the man or being the one that upholds the household. So I rejected that from very early on. And then there was also this sense of competitiveness, especially in the Latino culture where I grew up, of women having to one-up each other or always being in competition with each other, whether it be about career or romantic life or personal life. And through my teenage years is where I really developed female relationships, like friendships that allowed me to see that there is more power in women's solidarity than there is in individual feminism. And so within that collective power of women, I started to unleash what that looked like and what women supporting women look like, or what women truly believing in other women look like, or what women rooting for other women look like. And then realized that actually there's so much power in numbers and in collective work and in solidarity that there was no longer an individual. We are a collective of women. And so that's where I stepped in to do that work.
I feel really humbled by playing a role in supporting and empowering other women. There's a huge amount of privilege that comes with that. There's a huge amount of respect that comes with that. And I utilize the other women in my community because one person can't do it all alone. So how do I connect with other women so that when people connect with me and I'm able to support them, I'm like, oh, this person knows this, or this person knows that. Let's connect you and link you up. And I think Chica Project has really done a great job. One of the two of the women that I interned with, which is how I started with Chica, I'm still really close friends with. One of them still lives in Boston, and we talk all the time, and the way that we connect with each other and then are able to connect with other people to give them opportunities. Oh, I saw this thing that I think you'd be really interested in. And to see that love, right? Humility and love is how I hope other people are able to connect with me, and then I hope to connect with other people.
I feel like Chica Project creates this atmosphere for the mentors and the mentees where we feel secure, we feel like we're able to express ourselves and to share our joy with each other and our stories in a way that is super authentic, in a way that is very aware of that. We know that outside of that it gets difficult, but when we're there, when we're in community, when we're with each other, it's super amazing.
My name is Camila Martinez. I'm 14 years old, and I like that every day is a new experience and you will never expect what's going to happen next. And in Chica Project, I have learned to be proud of who you are, and no matter what anyone else thinks about it, because it's there's nothing you can do to change it. One of my mom's friend's daughter was in the program, and she was explaining to me the things that they do in this program, and it interests me because like in school, you don't really have a group of people that you could go to and talk to about the problems that you have faced in life, because mostly when I was in 7th grade was when I started, my friends were all white, so it was just different talking to them and talking to like a group of people that were just like me. So that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to join. Chica Project helps because it helps you understand your identity and who you really are. So it helps you like execute your ideas better because you know what you want. Like it helps you understand what you want in life. So it would just help you when you're like growing up. They make you feel confident and all that stuff. So yeah, I just think they help you and to feel more confident in yourself. So feeling more confident in yourself will make you more confident in your ideas, which will just be better in life. Thank you, Chica Project, for showing me that being myself isn't something that I should be ashamed of.
Tying in my journey of realizing the potential of collective women, realizing the potential of my Latino identity, right, and all the first-gen identities that I navigate, I did not see a space where those could thrive. I was living in a town where my biggest goal was to assimilate, and assimilation meant success. So I would tone down the way I speak. I let go of my accent and worked really hard not to have it. I tried to shun my culture and assimilate into white culture, white suburban culture. And then I moved to Boston and went to school here and started working in nonprofit and started doing volunteering work. And somebody told me, you have to be a mentor at Chica Project. And I had done mentoring before in various ways, formal and informal. But people kept telling me that Chica Project was the place for somebody like me. And I didn't really understand what that was about until I applied to be a mentor. And I went to the mentor orientation and I saw women just like me who were also looking for that space that validated their experience, their identities, that I allowed them to find the power in their culture, to thrive in it, and to speak about the challenges that all of that takes in a very real way. And at the same time, while developing these relationships with these group of women mentors, we are then doing that intergenerationally for younger girls, right? And being that example. And I remember like thinking back to all the mentors that I had when I was younger, and they were all white women. And it's one thing for a white, wealthy woman to tell you you can do something, and it's another thing for a woman that looks exactly like you with a really thick accent or 3 years into the US to tell you that you can do it, right? And so that representation and the visibility and the proximity to youth and being that example is what really like sold me on Chica Project. And so I became a mentor, and I did the mentorship for about a year and developed some really strong bonds with some of the other women who at the same time were being mentors to each other. And then a year later, here I am as a full-time staff.
Chica Project for me is like a big giant sisterhood. It's the sorority that I wish I would have joined in undergrad. It's like a community of like breathtaking, inspiring, not only go-getters, but like people that just have like warm hearts of sunshine and not like everyone's like lovely, and I mean they are, but in just a very authentic way, right? I never walk into a space and I feel that other people are inauthentic or that I have to be inauthentic. It's a place to connect. It's a place to be whatever you need to be in that moment. And it kind of always has for me. I started with them through my grad school. I needed to find an internship. And I hadn't found one because I wasn't sure if I wanted something super clinical and like really rigid or if I wanted something more community-based. And through talking with one of my professors, she supported me in going more community-based. And that's how I found Chica Project, through like one of the databases. And I reached out to apply for their fellowship and thankfully got in. And it was at a time that I was new to the Boston area. I didn't know anyone, and I came up here by myself. I don't have family up here. I grew up in Florida. I was born in Columbia, so all of my family is in warm, sunshiny places. And Boston is neither warm nor sunshiny most of the year. So finding a place that I could connect with that brought that warmth and brought that sunshine was really needed for my mental well-being and for my longevity within Boston, because I think I would have left if I had not found pockets of community that really empowered me to stay and brave through the cold and the winter. And I know there are colder places, but this is the closest places I've ever been. So to find that was really, really helpful. And young people are, oh my gosh, they're so smart, they're so driven, they're so well-spoken, and they use the tool of the internet in a way that just continues to challenge. And I was not like that when I was 15 or 14, so to see that in young people just continued to inspire me every single day. So I just signed up and everything. I was like, I want to go to all the schools, I want to go to all the programming, how can I be of service? And it was back then, it was a group of 4 of us. It was Erica, 2 other people who were running the program, and me and 1 other intern. So 5 of us, and along with the board. But the 5 of us were running that like weekly programming. And it was so much fun and a lot of work. But I learned so much every single time we took one of the topics or one of the themes to the young people. And you take one theme and you take it to 3 different schools in a community-based program, and you pick up this like wealth of knowledge and wealth of spirit within the young people that we continue to work with. And I don't have that much of a role, like that specific consistent role in it now, but I still find ways, like I do their community programming as much as I'm able, and connect with the different mentors that they have, and still find that wealth of knowledge and that wealth of spirit that allows me to continue to be right in Boston and continue to be away from my family in a way that I feel loved and supported as if they were my family, which is really important.
I have a big family, so I'm like the 3rd to last born, and I'm a track runner, so I've been running since I can walk, basically. I've been a part of Chica Project since 6th grade, going on to 7th grade. So before the whole COVID situation, I fell in love with it because of the bond that I created with all the other females and just the opportunity to learn new things and to connect with people. It always came easy for me to find my voice since I was young. I always been like the outgoer, the friendly type. I've always wanted to make new friends, and I always wanted to, show everybody that I'm here, like I'm Stacy. It got harder when I hit 5th grade and I realized I'm gonna be a middle schooler, soon high school, soon college, and I lost a lot of my friends, a lot of bonds that I thought was good during like my lifetime. So I basically just had people that kept pushing me to do public speaking, and also just helped me a little bit time by time to figure out who I was and try to like, how would I put this? Try to help me realize that like I'm not the little girl in like a closet that can't be heard, like my voice can't be heard. So ever since like I've learned to like talk in front of 50 plus people, I realized that, I'm not a small little girl hiding from a monster no more. And it also helped me realize that it's more to just me being a girl. There's more to me in my personality, and it helped me figure out that I want to become a surgeon. And time by time, they actually have been helping me fill out my college application. I've been getting like into community stuff, so I've been talking to people and just getting to figure out what I want to do in life and help me piece parts in and just define who I am. Chica Project, I love you because of the love and support you've given me since the since day one.
I got involved with Chica Project because I was looking for them. They didn't reach out to me. I was calling people. When I heard about Chica Project, I said, these are my people. Where do I find them? Can someone make a connection with the executive director? So I knew from the beginning, when I met the executive director, when I met the leadership, that I had to be involved. I didn't know how, but I knew I had to be involved. So I became one of their Chica Project mentors. And I have found not only a network of amazing leaders in the Massachusetts area, other women who, like me, are working on their leadership journeys, are growing as professionals, are breaking barriers, but I get to connect and work and mentor amazing young women who talk like me, who I can see myself growing up with similar stories, young women who just want to succeed, who just want to thrive, who are looking to be happy, and they know at such a young age that part of achieving your goals and staying accountable is having a group of powerful women around you. Women who are committed to them, women who can support them in addition to the other women in their lives, that they know that someone out there is waiting for them to succeed. And that is so powerful. And I'm a mom. I have a 10-year-old daughter, and I see how important it is for young women to have models, not just myself. I get to help my daughter find mentors and talk to other successful women and research about the STEM field. And the Girls at Chica Project have a space to do that with other women who are ready to support them. I love our Chica Project calls. Those are some of my favorite Saturday things to do. I have done trainings. I have mentored young women to land their first job with confidence and even negotiate for their first job. So I love what I do at work, and I love what I do with Chica Project. Is in complete alignment. So with Chica Project and my volunteer work, I get to empower young women, and as a business owner and entrepreneur, I get to empower Latinas who are growing in their careers. So to me, that's full circle.
How was your weekend, Lizzie?
It wasn't too bad. I got some homework done.
Do you have finals right now or midterms?
We're preparing for finals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sheesh. What are you doing today? Coffee or tea?
I'll take coffee. Thank you. My name is Lizzie Etienne. I am a senior at Stonehill College. I'm a criminology and sociology double major with a minor in studio arts. And I've been a part of Chica for about 3 years now. I started off as a participant, and last year I applied to be an intern, and now I'm currently a fellow.
Lizzie's story is absolutely amazing because when I came in the same time as her, she was getting hired as a programs intern. And I was being hired as associate director. And I got to know Lizzie, and she is a self-described shy person. But that is not the Lizzie I have known. I have known a very outgoing, hardworking, dedicated person. And as I came to know her, she has an amazing story because she used to be a participant. And that is very telling of who we are as an organization. She was a participant and then, stayed engaged, became an intern, and she's now a fellow. So she's now a program operations fellow and has been leading she led our summer programming. She's now leading our programming from here to the end of the year. And she is kind of like the key to onboarding all of the new staff. So right now she and Sammy are like my core team. And we are the ones trying to set the pace for this new team that we are bringing on. She's amazing. She's a student at Stonehill, and I think I'm trying to plant the seed of staying at Chica Project full-time post-graduation, but we'll see if that goes. So this is our final values review. We were able to put together and articulate our values in a way that we can present them to the world, to stakeholders, to each other, and hold each other accountable. And so this is the team getting together and doing the final review of these are our values. Should be a very interesting meeting. So here we go. Hello, hello.
Oh, good morning.
Coming to you live from the Chica Project office with Lizzie, and we may or may not be behind the scenes of getting some footage right now. So if you see a camera, it's kind of what's going on around here.
I don't see myself becoming a lawyer or anything like that, but I do like the idea of like helping people, and like because I've been around people who have like mental illnesses and who have dealt with like mental problems, and so that's something that like interested me into becoming what I want to become. Like I dream of becoming like a social worker and helping people deal with their problems, or like a therapist, just to help people get through what they're going through. Because I saw a lot of the girls in my high school attending Chica Project, it kind of grabbed my attention. I'm like, ooh, what's this about? And like when I first went to their meeting and they talked about like what it was about to, like what their program is about, and like what they do, it kind of grew my attention for it more. And then the more that we like discuss things that I normally, like I went to a predominantly Black school, so like I could communicate with the people around me perfectly fine, but like this atmosphere was a little different as far as like going deep into like what women of color go through, and what the society like envisions us as. Like there's so many obstacles that we go through that are not talked about a lot, and the environment was just very welcoming. And like I just remember there was this one session where we talked about self-love, and I remember breaking down because that was something that I struggled with, and like I was always a shy, like not very confident person, but the activity that we were doing, it was like they asked us what do we love about ourselves, and then I remember going to the bathroom and I'm like, there was nothing I love about myself. And then one of the mentors came up and they're like just talking to me and like explaining what she loves about me, and like it kind of opened my eyes to like, oh, there's other people who love me, and like who find me beautiful and stuff. And one of the things that she pointed out was like my eyes, which was something I always felt self-conscious of because I used to get made fun of because of my eyes. So the fact that she told me that she loved my eyes, it kind of made me embrace it more. And that was a memory that I'll probably always keep forever. But like the fact that she was able to impact my life so significantly and make my views change about like myself and like what I thought about the world, it kind of just always stuck by me. I know we have like modules.
The modules,
Yeah, already created, so we could use those.
For all of them? For PL?
No, I think we only have the ones created for CMB.
Okay. All right.
So we need curriculums for the mentoring program and
That's great.
and peer leaders.
What about school-based? You have those,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Chica Project today is a education and leadership nonprofit working on empowering young women of color to be themselves, learn about themselves, and embrace their culture. Today we're in the greater Boston area, but tomorrow, who knows? I started with Chica Project in 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic. I started as an intern, really only coming in with Salesforce knowledge. Within that year and a half, I've now moved up from being a fellow to now a data and development associate with Chica Project. So really they gave me a space to kind of feel what I wanted to do in the nonprofit world, and they allowed me to create a job that was perfect for me. And at the end of the day, like, they gave me a workspace that like really cares about my growth. So that's probably the best thing about Chica Project. They really care about you.
I think Chica Project is beyond significant to young women of color and Latinas, to be honest. I think it's critical. I think our youth are going to school learning math, science, the bare subjects, but they're not learning the very important things that you need to be able to thrive as a human being with the identities that we hold as women, as Latinas, as women of color. And that is the skills of being able to be rooted in your identity, to be rooted in your purpose, to have a collective of folks that help you get there, to have a space where you can explore what career means, where you can put to action all of these subject matters that you're learning in school. And there's also this layer of identity that we don't ever talk about in school. We don't talk about who we are and how all of the layers of who we are show up in the world, whether it be at home or school or work, and how the world treats that, right? Based on your identity, based on all of those layers. And so I think that is really critical for youth development. I think for young people growing up, it's important for them to be seen. It's important for them to be validated in their experiences. And that's what Chica Project provides in a collective level, in a way that you're not only realizing that for yourself, but you're realizing that you're also not the only one. And that for youth in particular is really important, because when we're growing up, we really do think that it's just happening to us. Like your teenage heartbreak, you are the only one experiencing that, right? And it's not. We're all experiencing some type of that and can find support in each other. So between our curriculum that does that, between our community that does that, and between our mentors who support that, it is like the perfect combination of education to young adults and women who are going to grow up and be the next leaders and the next caretakers of the world in the next generation.
My name is Chantel Monarchy. I'm a senior at Madison Park. My favorite color is pink, and I'm very energetic, a positive person, and I'm just a vibe. I love Chica Project because it's been very helpful to me, and it's been an environment where I can be myself and, you know, just talk about my life. And I met people, as you guys can see. And it's been a great experience. I don't know. Yeah.
My name is Nasa Franklin. I am a peer leader at Chica Project. I like to say I am like a mother, but then like I give like mother vibes because of my advices that I give to people. But then I'm also down to earth as well. Like I'm chill. I have great vibes. I love Chica Project because it's like a safe space where I can like speak to my peer leaders, where I can speak to the members that I have with me. Because like I don't really feel comfortable speaking about certain things that we speak at the Chica Project, like to others. I like to talk a lot, and Chica Project gives me the opportunity to like let everything out and not keep everything in.
Hi, my name is Precious Adelu, and I go to Latin Academy. I'm a sophomore there. And I would say I'm more of an outgoing person, especially with this being my first year. I just completed my first year with Chica Project, made a lot of friends, and I've gotten like really comfortable with it. And I love Chica Project because it's just been a community that I've been able to like connect with, especially over COVID. Like I didn't think I would make any new connections or new friends or build any bonds with anybody new. Chica Project helped me stay socially active during the pandemic, and yeah, that's why I love it. When it comes to the topic of equality and equity, I feel like empowering women of color would just be a start to that, you know what I mean? Like, you know, putting the attention where it hasn't been put in a while will be a start to like maybe talking about equality.
I feel as if women in general are taken for granted, but women in color are just, we are not appreciated for all the hard work that we put within our families, community, like just everyone. And I feel like it just starts off at it starts off at a young age. So that's where Chica Project comes in to like empower young women so that therefore when we grow up, we believe in ourselves no matter what other people tell us. And that's honestly why it's like really important to empower Black women.
I would define Chica Project as a community of young women of color coming together to empower each other and educate each other on themselves and, you know, the outside community and how to deal with day-to-day situations. And I would say Chica Project is significant because teaching these young women of color their self-worth and how to deal with situations in the real world that school doesn't prepare them for, or, you know, sometimes even their home doesn't prepare them for, is just gonna be like really great to society and what us young women of color could contribute to society later in the years.
Chica Project to me is a safe environment where women of color can come together and feel empowered. To me, it's a place where you get to talk about certain things that you can't talk about with family and friends. Being honest, certain conversation and topic that I've had discussed during Chica Project session, I never would have had that conversation with family and friends. So it's a place that brings people together and really it shows you who you really are. It helps you with your inner self, you know, self-love, relationship. It helps you prepare for adulthood, for what life brings ahead of time. I don't know, but yeah, it's just a safe place for you to mostly talk about certain things that won't be said anywhere else.
When I first started Chica Project, I was very timid and shy, and I would think about what everyone would say right when I say something out of my mouth. And the moment right now, growing from the Chica Project, currently I'm a sophomore in college, and I joined as a sophomore in high school. And as of right now, I would say I'm very confident. Chica Project made me confident into speaking with others, public speaking. Chica Project's not only there for comfort, to show you what you're missing, they're also there for connections too. So Chica Project is big on connections, building your connections. And it's very significant to where I'm able to connect with people that I've never thought I'd be able to connect with. Chica Project did push and help big on that part for me, and I'm truly blessed for it.
Thank you, Chica Project, for giving me a safe space at a time where I thought I would be lonely.
Thank you, Chica Project, for helping me boosting up my self-esteem, my confidence, and teaching me how to love.
Thank you, Chica Project, for helping me build my self-esteem, teaching me how to love, and thank you for pushing me out of me.
So painting a picture of our mentors, the first thing that I can think about is joy and connection. Our mentors range from college-aged women all the way to professional, retired women that have contributed to their communities for decades. And that mixture of experience, lived experience, that mixture of identity, because our mentors also are first-generation Americans born here, right? Parents came from Haiti, from Dominican Republic. They're also first-generation immigrants, right? Just came here 3 months ago from Colombia, found Chica Project, interested in joining. All the way to second, third generation, or even third culture kids, right? Parents who have migrated multiple times and found and made a home here. And so that mixture of culture, lived experience, joy, and aligned commitment to continuing our work, to continuing on our mission, to continuing to serve youth that they once were, and providing for others what they didn't have growing up, is who our mentors are. And they come back every year, and they continue to bring the joy, they continue to be committed, and they bring friends with them. And that means that we're just expanding how much culture and lived experience we have to give young girls. So I think in regards to contribution from mentors, everyone's got something to give. And as an organization, we are trying to solve problems that are interconnected. And as we talk about intersectionality and what cross-sector means, we really do value the input from all over the place, whether it be a business plan, an education plan, or just sharing your life with us. Absolutely. In regards to the young girls who are benefiting from this or experiencing this real time, there is no screening process. There is no assessment that we do to see if you are worthy of being part of our community. The reality is that all of us have a light in us, and some of us shine brighter than others because there isn't as many windows in between us or as many curtains being pulled, right? And so the way that we find our participants is really being ourselves and shining as bright as we can so that youth all over can see us and find us. The reality is that they find us. So that is also the disclosure. The youth definitely find us, and they find us through each other, through communicating with each other, through talking to each other, and through 10 years of trust that we have built with our community. We're not here to sell anything. We are not here to tell you your worth. We are just here to be here for you and to help elevate you and to help ignite your light to shine the brightest. If you want to be seen, loved, and valued for who you are, if you want to build community, and if you want to introduce the power of collective giving to your own community and change, then join Chica Project as a mentor or a youth. We are for you.